back with Silent Hill 3. The hospital has gone all wiggly on the walls. Walls got veins in them, I think. It's hard to even tell what's a wall and what's a door, but there are many doors here, even if they may not look like doors. Here we go. That was a door. Here's an actual room with bullets and a hand. The hand outside the window. Yeah, it's just gonna stay there. Let's save. These rooms are in a much worse state now than before. I doubt I need to check this out. I'd like to avoid touching this kind of thing if I can. This kind of, you know, the dead body with the just sort of wiggly, veiny texture running through the cloth on it. Just not that kind of thing. I'm not into it, is the thing. Got a lot of noise happening. You know, someone mentioned that maybe the perfume makes enemies attracted to you, and that's why the nurses were all up on Heather's business. So I'm going to take that off, because we don't really need that right now. We should check about doors. What doors can we try to open? The door right here. Oh, it's these guys. My favorite. But someone did also mention to me that actually the beef jerky works quite well with that. There we go. He's eating. He's chowing down on some jerky. Yeah, you can just go have some as well. I could take the elevator. I could try to take a quick look at Take a quick look at these other doors. This one's open. So there's that. It seems like we are quite hurt. Please, sir. I'm just trying to check if these doors are broken or not. Okay. Just as long as we checked all the doors. This is a very severe-looking elevator. We're on the 3rd floor. Well, let's try heading down. Let's do our normal thing. Oh. No doors. Thought for a second there was no floor either, but no, there is floor. There was floor. Because remember, we can fall into pits in this game. Couldn't in the first game or second. We can in this. Looks like there's someone on the other side of the glass. It kind of looks like a person, but the smoky stuff makes it hard to tell for sure. We can shine our flashlight in there. It's a little vague. Don't really see what's going on in there. clicking sound coming from one of the lockers. Maybe it's the one with blood on it. Probably the one with blood on it.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear. Oh, I forgot your name.
Who are you?
Oh, okay, thanks. Happy birthday, dear. Who are you? Happy birthday to you. Happy 31st birthday.
Is this Leonard?
That's the murderer's name, not my name. I'm not your beloved Stanley either. He's underground now. His new name is Number 7. But don't worry about that now. It's time to celebrate your birthday.
You've got me mistaken for someone else. Today's not my...
I'm not mistaken. Today is your 24th birthday. And I have a present for you. Which do you prefer? To give pain or to receive it? You can have the one you hate the most. Happy birthday to you!
But you're wrong. It's not my birthday.
I like that that's the part she's hung up on. But no! No, it's not my birthday. There's nothing coming from the receiver. Well, duh, the phone's not connected. But what about that phone call? There are no cords going in or coming out of this phone. But enough about that. He was wrong. It's not my birthday. He also, well, he said he was not Leonard or Stanley. And that Stanley's underground now, and his name is Number 7. So maybe we should check out the basement. Something strange is cooped up in the locker. I think I'm safe, but I shouldn't get too close. Actually, the more I look at it, the more pitiful it seems. Like a child locked up in there with no chance of escape. Yeah, there's a thing, and there's something in there. There's a paper bag here with nothing but garbage inside. There's a blood-stained white robe hung up on the wall. Got a plastic bag and a health drink. Nothing important in the trash. No use digging around in there anymore. But I will totally drink this health drink that I pulled out of the trash. Also got this, a totally ordinary transparent plastic bag. This is from a trash can in the locker room. Well, I guess we'll leave this person to their, looks like the other doors we cannot go in, so let's head back to the elevator. Without getting... Well, I mean, we have to get tripped first, of course. Of course we're gonna get tripped. Alright, we're on the second floor. Let's head down to floor number 1. Wonder how Douglas is doing. Like, he was just going to Leonard's house. Did he get an otherworld version of Leonard's house? Like, I feel like Heather got the more difficult assignment here, probably. Okay, let's look around all these doors. Maybe we'll just put down, well, use one of these, and maybe put down one of these. Nurse. Here's the exit to the hospital, but we cannot leave. Lock is broken. It doesn't seem like there's anything in here. This is the receptionist office, but there's nothing in here. There's just a bunch of chairs and a cobweb, and that's it. All right. Well, at least there's a save point here. What else do we got? Ooh, an ampoule. We love those. There's a handful of dirty syringes on the bed. For some reason, we're not going to take those. I'm not sure. I'm not about to use them, that's for sure. There's a memo here on the chart. Dr. Midkiff, please use extra caution with the patient in room 312. He should still have his religious freedom here in the hospital, but he shouldn't push his faith on others. I'm a victim, too. Rumor has it he got here by stabbing someone over a religious dispute. Please be careful. R. Crosby. P.S. It looks like the rumor is true, according to the head nurse. I do think he's a good person otherwise, though. Easy to deal with. Well, let's take a look at room 312. Well, none of the rooms are really marked in that way. Like, there's S12 on the third floor. I don't know if that's what they're talking about, but S12 on the third floor was Leonard's room, so maybe that's the person they're referring to. And they did say that Leonard might be here over a religious dispute, and if Leonard was part of the order, you know, sometimes a religious organization like that might have people with differences, and they might get into arguments over scripture, which lead to someone stabbing someone else. It's just part of religion. This goes to a dead end. Hearing a loud roar, whatever that might be. Let's use another one of these. I have plenty of these things. Also, I do need a little health. Alright, so we tried all these doors. I guess let's try the day room in the kitchen and just make sure that they're broken. I'm sure they will be. Why don't we try to kill one of these guys, actually? No, I was about to say, why don't we try to kill one of these guys? And he just tripped me. Just tripped me instantly, so never mind. Never mind. That's a gun nurse. Probably should just make sure she's dead. Alright, well, this one's just locked. It's not broken. So that leads to the day room. Well, as it says, the world is teeming with unnecessary people. It's God's decision that I fight as a knight of honor, as a protector of the seal. I sacrifice myself to the blood of criminals. Who wrote this? Some twisted individual, eh? I see this and I want to ask him, so you think you're one of the necessary ones? But it seems I've heard this protector of the seal business somewhere before. Yeah, Leonard said that he had a seal. We also read the notes that said that Leonard was very religious and was trying to force his religion on people. So this would probably be Leonard's diary, which means that Leonard, a grown man, this is his drawings. You might think it might be a child's drawings, but no. This is Leonard's drawings and his handwriting. Look at his handwriting. Leonard, 6 years old. All right. Can't do anything else in this room. I'm hearing breathing, but we don't see anything. Something else in here, but can't get to us through this fence. We could try the examining room 1, which is right here. Lock is broken, and can't go down there. Alright, so have we tried all of the doors? Seems like we have. There's one locked door, and we've tried everything else. So we can go back to the elevator. This hospital apparently has 3 basements. That seems like too many basements. But B1, the button doesn't work. B2 doesn't work. But B3 does. And that phone call said that Stanley was underground. His number was 7. Hey, Stanley. Big Stan. Stano. Found your doll. Could hear a little bit right there. Hear a little bit of Big Stan's voice. I don't know if that's his body dying or if that's his ghost or what. Okay, good meeting you, Stan. On the, I guess it's an incinerator, is an image of people being tormented in hell, which, you know, I don't know if that's appropriate imagery. Anyway, we have this grid, and numbers 1, 2, 4, and 3. So we want to remember where these numbers are. 1 is in the lower left-hand corner. 2 is right ahead of it. 3 is in the lower right-hand corner. And 4 is, like, to the upper left of it. And there's a lock. We need 4 numbers. So how do we get those numbers? Well, it's all a matter of perspective. Let's walk back to the entrance of the room and think about the grid. So, Stanley's bed is where number 1 would be. That's 7. The one ahead of it is 3. 7, 3. 0, 5. So 7305. And there we go. Got a cremated key. Someone didn't take this key out before they cremated a body. Oh. Let's see. Oh, I'm hurt. Let's see what the key says. I found this in some sort of crematorium underground. It's burned black, but still usable. I wonder who was cremated, who had the key. Well, we won't know. But that's all there is to do down here, I believe. As for where we have to go now... Oh, all right. Let's go up to floor 1. I was about to say, as far as where we have to go, There is a locked door here on the first floor. We don't know where that key goes, but not many places it could go. Let's see, which one? Yeah, down there. This one. Use the cremated key. And we're back in the room with weird noises. Push that corpse. Just keep pushing. There we go. And we got some rooms to look at, and one of these fun guys, so let's just put down a jerky. And what does this say over here? Happy first birthday! I mean, that's wrong too. Heather is definitely not 1 year old. Do the nurses want a jerky? Maybe not. Alright, this was another nurse party room, but this one has some good stuff in it. Health drink. Health drink. First aid kit. Are these birthday presents? Well, I guess I shouldn't look the gift horse in the mouth. Besides, if I didn't really need the stuff right now, he wouldn't have given it to me. That weirdo, I mean. Yeah, we don't know who that is. Not Stanley, not Leonard. Someone else. Also, there's something here. There's something on the ground. Is this a birthday card? Happy 38th birthday! 14 plus 7 plus 17 is 38? But it's not my birthday! How could they be getting this so wrong? So whoever wrote this must be trying to tell me something. So we don't get the same text again, but it said 14 plus 7 plus 17. So the ages of 3 people. And we know Heather is 17. Continuing to look at doors. Put down another one of these. And there's a stretcher here. Not just your usual stretcher, this is more like an altar of some sort. Lit candles, a knife, and is that blood I smell? Did they worship that picture? Or something in the picture? Those candles didn't light themselves now, did they? The title is Lost Memories. One characteristic, mentioned only in rare documents and dying out in the modern age, is that of the ritual sacrifice. Offering prayers, pierce a man's chest with a copper stake, drench the altar in the blood which spouts red from the heart, to praise and to show loyalty unto God. In another sacrificial rite mentioned in the same book, the victim is burned alive. This was a more dignified ceremony, in which prisoners and sinners were not allowed to participate. Only the clergy could be sacrificed. Oh, lucky them. Similar to burning at the stake, no comparable rite can be found in religions practiced nearby. It may have some connection with the main deity being a sun god. Even though this religion extols redemption, it brings to mind a dark and cultish history. All right, so a book talking about sacrifices, and this seems to be an altar, and this seems to be a save point. I saw that drawn on the dividing screens at the hospital, but this is different. Seems like it was drawn a long time ago. Somehow... Yeah, what hospital is she talking about? It's always a fun time when these guys are in the room. Alright, so... let's see. Seems like I got every door. Was there anything that I missed? Well, we can't go down to that basement. It doesn't let us go down to that one. Oh, I never went into examining room 4 on the 3rd floor. That door is not marked. See, this is why we need to mark all the doors. So we'll know if there's one that I didn't even try to go into. Let me put one of these down. Hey, I put one down for you. He's going to town on it. Tried to run by him. He was not happy. Let's see, examining room 4. Over here. There it is. I missed this door. And we can't actually go into this door. And there's a bucket. There's a dead body hanging from the ceiling. The blood dripping from it has totally filled the bucket set out below. Who would do this, and for what? It looks like a full-out bloodletting. But what could we possibly do with that? Well, fortunately, Heather did find a plastic bag. A totally ordinary plastic bag. I put blood in the plastic bag. Doo-doo. I got that plastic bag with blood. I put the blood from the treatment room within this. I don't especially want to carry it around with me, but I'm gonna. By the way, the other world in the hospital is really good. Like the imagery and just these wiggly textures. I mentioned at the beginning of the playthrough that I thought that this game had some of the best imagery in any of the Silent Hill games, and the hospital is a big example of what I'm thinking about. The Otherworld Hospital. They really go all out in terms of the nightmare segments in this game. Just the weird look of them. Okay, so I now have this blood. So let's head back to the room that was talking about sacrifices. There it is. Go at it. Oh. Well, I'm not real... I need to go into the door... There we go. Not really in the mood for that nurse. Anyway, here's this altar. And of course, as we know, we need blood for the sacrifice. Can't go back to that door. Big pit has appeared, blocking our way. Fortunately, it does not block our way to the save point. We might as well just take another save, just in case. Doesn't hurt to be cautious. Alright. Let's head down into the blood pit.
Heather?
Yeah? Leonard, where are you?
Thank you. Now I can finally leave here. Now Claudia's ridiculous dream is over. Well, I guess it's time to dispose of her. The salvation of all mankind. Ha! Why must we reward even the unbelievers?
What are you talking about?
About our plans, of course. It's true that God is merciful, but first, one must be chosen. Only we, who hearken to the voice of God, will be given the keys to paradise. Don't you think so, Heather?
Yeah, sure. Go ahead and think whatever you want.
What do you mean by that?
I mean that I don't think the way you guys do. I don't want any part of that kind of paradise.
You're an unbeliever. You deceived me.
I didn't deceive you. We were both just wrong about each other. I thought you were a normal person.
So you tried to trick me so you can run off with my seal, eh? Heretic! You plan to destroy God!
I told you I wasn't trying to trick anyone. What is this seal thing anyway?
Don't play innocent. You can't fool me anymore. The seal is mine! I was appointed by God to be its guardian! The only thing you'll get from me is a gruesome death.
Leonard? Is that you?
Death to all who turn their backs on God!
Is every person here a mental case? Well, I guess you're not a person anyway.
Alright, so here's Leonard. This is Claudia's dad, which, you know, that's maybe a little confusing. We're not told how Leonard ended up like this. We're in the water, so we're moving slower than normal. You know, I haven't actually tried using my stun gun. I'm not sure if it works on... Why don't we see if it works on Leonard? How does this... I mean, I know how it works on normal enemies, but... Wait, he's submerging. Yeah, I mean, okay. Seemed like it did something. You might wonder why Vincent wanted us to find Leonard if this is what was gonna happen. But he seemed to think that we should go find the guy, and we found him. He's here. Apparently he was not able to get out. I don't know what was keeping him here, but he seems to think that since Heather is here, that he can now escape. And he intends to take down Claudia, but Doesn't really sound like what he wants to do is going to be any better. Leonard might be a freaky monster, but he cannot compare to the power of electricity. We used electricity to destroy the tentacle monster earlier on. Seems like it's doing okay with Leonard. I think I am out of charges for the stunt. Yep, I am. Might as well just use a good old shotgun against him. It does okay against them, too. You know, stun gun or shotgun, whichever.
Leonard's not here anymore. I guess I should head back to the motel now. I hope Douglas is okay. Huh? What's this?
A talisman. Let's have a look. Talisman has an odd design inscribed on it. I got it after I defeated Leonard. So, we have the symbol. We have the Silent Hill 1 symbol, which at the end of Silent Hill 1, Dahlia mentioned is the seal of Metatron. And Leonard was talking about how he has a seal. So, hey, here's our seal. We got Leonard's thing. Leonard was guarding it, but we killed him, and now we have this. I like how Heather worded that. Leonard's not here anymore. Yes, because he's dead, because we killed him. And, now we're just back in the normal hospital. Monsters are gone. There's no wiggly textures anymore. We have such a story to tell Douglas when we meet up with him again. Like, he probably was just doing something real boring. He probably just went to Leonard's house, and, like, no one was there, and he didn't find anything. He didn't see any monsters, or Nightmare Hospital, or bosses, or anything. So we're going to save here. And we could start to head back to our motel to catch up with Douglas. But what might happen when we step outside?
Why did you send her to my father?
Was that wrong?
It's your fault that he...
Oh, but surely it's a good thing. It means he was one of God's beloved, no?
Those who mock God will never receive salvation. You'll go to hell, Vincent. You'll never feel the joy of God's everlasting paradise.
And you think God is going to save you? Ha!
What do you know anyway?
I know about the pleasures of this world. And I want to find my happiness while I'm still here. You hated your father, didn't you? I saw the way he hit you, and kicked you, and made you cry. The memory of his cruelty is forever burned into my mind.
Yes, yes, and that's why we need God.
What you call faith is nothing more than a child crying out for love. That's why you're all alone.
You don't understand. None of you do.
Well, Heather's left the hospital. We saw a little cutscene there of an argument between Vincent and Claudia. It might have been hard to tell, but that was taking place in our motel room, which I don't remember inviting them in there. Some people do criticize the voice acting in these games for not sounding the most polished, but I really do like the performances over a lot of more polished, more professional voice acting. Like some of the lines, I think that the emotion that comes off is just really good. Like the that one line from Vincent about how it's a good thing that Claudia's dad is dead, saying, "It means he was one of God's beloved, no?" Sounds like such an asshole. And I think that there's just a really good feeling of emotion coming from the voice actors in these games. But we're done with the hospital. We have killed Claudia's dad. Claudia's not happy about that, even though Claudia apparently put him in here. Didn't want Heather to come kill him. Did want Heather to come to Silent Hill, to come looking for Claudia. Did not expect that Heather would go after her dad, and for good reason. Heather doesn't know who her dad is. The reason that we went after Leonard is because Vincent told us to do it, and it turns out that maybe Vincent has he knows Claudia, but maybe he has a plan that Claudia is not really in on, possibly. Maybe they have their own plans that they're trying to do, and maybe not exactly allies. Claudia clearly cannot stand Vincent. But we have completed the hospital, what I think is the longest dungeon in the game. We're now going to be heading back to our motel room to see if we can check in with Douglas. But we did see that Vincent and Claudia are there, so we'll see what happens when we approach. But we're going to be taking a break from Silent Hill 3 for the moment. So I'm going to say goodbye for right now. And next time, we will be continuing on Heather's big revenge adventure as she killed a man who was now a monster and now has a seal for whatever good that'll do her. She's going to go back to this motel, and we'll just continue on. Heather wants revenge. She's not entirely sure how she's supposed to get it. She's just sort of going to where people say that she should go. In this case, it was Vincent telling her to go after Leonard. But where should she go now that she has accomplished this mission? We'll find out next time as we continue on with Silent Hill 3.